Shalom Aleichem and welcome to Online Smicha. This week's Parsha's Vayakil. Again, the Torah speaks about the mishkan and everything that was brought to build the mishkan and who and how the mishkan was built. So right in the beginning of the Parsha it says that Kol Nediv Liba Yeviyah, all the things that we needed to build the base that were needed to build the base of Mikdash, the mishkan, anybody who wanted to support and help was able to. But interesting, in Kapitel Lamed Hey, Pasuk Yud, it says, V'chol chacham leiv bachem, v'yavoyu v'yasu es kol asher tziva Hashem. And every wise-hearted person, chacham leiv, only those should come and do what Hashem wants you to do the building. Now the question is obvious, and we don't see the first part about the donations. It was open to the public, anybody. But over here to building, the pasuk says a chacham leiv, a wise person. There was a major talent to build. Some of these things were beautiful, and you had to have expertise. So when the pasuk stresses it has to be a chacham leiv, how did they come with resumes? How do they know who's suitable, who has the talents and the knowledge how to build such a beautiful thing like the Mishkan? So this question we find asked in some Mefarshim, and basically we find three answers. The Chassam Sofer in the Sefer Torah Moshe says a phenomenal thing, perhaps never mentioned anywhere else. He says like this: since these were Yidden that were, before this, they were in Egypt. They were in Mitzrayim for many years, hundreds of years. And they didn't have the whereabouts, and they didn't have the talents. They didn't develop the talents of weaving and making this beautiful carpets, the Urias, etc., etc. So the Yidden didn't really develop that talent. Or Shar Melechas HaMishkan, or all building such a beautiful building. So listen to what the Chassam Sofer says. And I don't see the mucker to this, but the Chassam Sofer says this. V'chein amar lehem Moshe, Moshe says, do me a favor, lastes tchilam nisayin. Make a blueprint, make a miniature one. Make a Yeriya Katana, a small Yeriya, a small Keresh, a small beam, a small socket. Make a miniature, a replica of the Mishkan, so I will see if you're good and you're talented. V'chein kol chelkei Mishkan, and so to all the parts of the Mishkan, Moshe asked them, let's see your talent. And when he saw that they produced something nice, and they have the talent to build the Mishkan, what's needed for the Mishkan, Moshe said, okay, you're hired. Now, that's a beautiful answer, but that's the Chassam Sofer. We find another answer given by Rabbi Yonasan Eifshitz in his Sefer Tferes Yonasan. He writes, how did Moshe Rabbeinu know who is the talented one, the Chacham Leiv? It says, Rabbi Yonasan Eifshitz writes, that Moshe Rabbeinu loy amroi loy legamri hatzivui shel Hashem. Moshe, when he told the people what has to be done, we need this, we need this, we need that, he didn't spell it out completely, exactly how the kelim should be made. For who kiven medas atzmai liatzivoi? If the person coming to work, wanting to be hired, wanting to do this job, this special holy job, somehow was mechavein l'dasa emes, he did what Hashem said how the kelim should work. Moshe Rabbeinu knew, this guy is not only just a regular person, perhaps a little talent, he's also mekusher ala emes, and this is somebody we should hire. There is a third answer. A third answer is brought in the Sefer Meshivas Nafesh, and this again shows the tzitkus of the women. Again, we're talking about Yidden who for hundreds of years were in Mitzrayim as slaves. What building, what crocheting, what weaving, they didn't do all that there. L'cha'ira. Says the Sefer Meshivas Nefesh, no, the women had tremendous amunah. It's similar to what we know about the Atzei Shittim. The Yidden travel with the Atzei Shittim knowing they'll need it for the Mishkan. The Yiddish women had tremendous amunah. And they saw the future that Hashem is going to take us out of this mess, out of Mitzrayim. And they knew that Hashem is going to want to have a resting place, a mishkan. And because of that, throughout their years of being in Mitzrayim, they practiced and practiced and practiced. They knew that the time comes they want to be ready. So they actually had the talent because they were preparing themselves all throughout the years in Mitzrayim. And it's actually noted in the same Sefer that today's days, when we are in Golus now, because when Mashiach, we'll have to have a Beis Hamikdash Hashlishi, it is proper for everybody to learn somehow. He says specifically the women should learn the talent of sewing and all these type of avodas that will be needed for the Beis Hamikdash. A, that shows our Amunah, and B, when Mashiach comes, Meher of Yamina, we'll be ready to roll and get the Beis Hamikdash down here as soon as possible.